Hello, hello, hello. We are back once again. YouTube and Facebook. What's going on, everybody? Appreciate y'all showing up. Rock Dog, Gene Hansen, and Craig. What's up with y'all? Let me check over here on Facebook, see what we got going on. Everything is looking good. Looks like we're rolling. I am Tim. I work for Golf Cart Garage, and we talk about golf carts twice a week. And so we are here for another episode. This is June 15th. We're live right now on Facebook and YouTube. If you would like to check us out on any of the other platforms that we are on, you are welcome to. I'll run those links right now. Goods Custom Furniture, what's up? Hello, Tim and everyone. Oh, let's see. Randy Rizzo, welcome to the chat room, Randy. I'll get to your question in just a second. See, I run those social media links. Oh, just for some fun facts here. Speaking of social media links, we just surpassed on YouTube, Golf Cart Garage, the YouTube channel, just surpassed 10,000 subscribers. You know, it's a big thing, and you guys are all part of that, I'm sure. And so thank you. Thank you for showing up. Not just me, it's just the whole channel. That includes these episodes. It includes Dave's episodes. I know everybody's probably familiar with Dave and his videos also. He also works for Golf Cart Garage. And so all of that combined, we just is gotten us over 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So we're doing good. And I want to thank everybody that shows up every week and helps contribute to that. Also on Facebook, we are over 13,000 followers on Facebook. And so that's good too. And even on Instagram, you know, like when I run the social media links, and one of those is for Instagram. On Instagram, we have over almost 4,000 on Instagram. So we're definitely growing. It is getting bigger and bigger. Our social media presence is large. So thank everybody for adding to that and helping boost those numbers, because that helps everything. Let's see, Randy says, is an A-arm lift better than a drop axle for a DS? Never seen a drop axle. I think you might mean a drop spindle for a DS, where you just replace the spindles. What the deal is, a drop spindle, the difference between an A-arm and a drop spindle is basically this. Drop spindle is fine if all you're going to do is have a neighborhood cart, and you want to ride around and look cool, you know, in your neighborhood, and go to the grocery store or whatever on asphalt, and light off-road, a drop spindle is fine. But an A-arm lift is going to be better suited for a more heavy-duty application. You know, if you're actually going to hit the trail, if you're going to go to the deer lease, if you're going to be driving around on bumpy roads or rocks or anything like that, A-arm would be better. That's the main difference. People that just want a car for the neighborhood, drop spindle is absolutely fine. It's just not as strong and sturdy as an A-arm. Keith, what's up, man? Keith and Chris from Nashville. Thank you for stopping in, Keith. I know you come here regularly, and I appreciate it. Terry Gage, hey Tim, how's it going? East Texas, Terry Gage. What's up from East Texas? I lived there for quite a while. Kurt, got you covered. Ricky Smith, what's up, Ricky? Got a nice email from Ricky. Ricky was the last winner of the bag of swag. I sent him an email today. Awesome. Missy, is that you, Missy, or is that Quan? I noticed that they always suggest drop axle for a TXT, but not the DS. That is correct, Randy. They don't have a drop axle for a DS because of the design of the front end. It's just more, a DS is either going to be a drop spindle or an A-arm, like we were talking about. Okay, been raining the whole week down here. Can't get anything done down here. Now it's both of you. That's Quan and Missy. All right, man, we had some storms come through here yesterday. I don't know if y'all saw that on the news or not, but I got lucky. It skirted by me, and we're talking, I saw pictures and video of hail, like baseball. They had baseball-sized hail in Arkansas yesterday, and not too far from me. And I saw some video, and it has done some damage. It did some damage on Lake Hamilton. Let's see. Let me check over here. Oh, we're good there. All right, let's see. We will get started since the garage is now open. Welcome to Golf Cart Garage, everyone. Number one. My cart does not have a speed sensor on the motor. My speeds on flat are 12, downhill 15, uphill 9 to 10. I thought that replacing the speed sensor might give it an increase, but no sensor. Without replacing the motor, any suggestions on how to increase speed of the cart? The cart is a 2006 EZGO TXT 36 volt. All right, if you don't have a speed sensor on your car, if you don't have a speed sensor, then you have a series wound cart, all right? So the series wound carts don't have a run tow switch and they don't have a speed sensor on the end of the motor. So you really, if you want to get more performance out of your car, you really need to start looking at, I know you said without changing the motor, there's really nothing that you can do without changing the motor to get you what you need, what you want. You're going to need to go with a motor controller combo, in fact. You're going to need to go with a bigger controller, a higher speed motor, and a heavy duty solenoid, and that will help your performance. After you get the bigger controller and you get all that, you can go with either higher speed gears, but you've got to have enough power to pull those higher speed gears or you're going to be disappointed. You don't want to put higher speed gears in your car right now, because if you're already complaining about going uphill, as soon as you put higher speed gears, it's going to even be worse trying to go uphill. Let's see, y'all had high winds, signs of wind blowing trash cans all over, knocking the lights out. Rock Dog Quan here. Missy is doing much better. She's a trooper. Doctor told her to stay out of work for a month, but she's already back at work within a week. Just light work and hanging. Back slowly getting back to it. That's good to hear, Quan. I'm glad Missy is recovering. Don't overdo it like my mom. My mom had broken her hip and was recovering from that when she fell, this last time and broke her knee on the same leg that she was getting over her broken hip. But my mom's fine. I mean, she's walking now with a cane, and like I said, she's back up to being mobile and everything, so she's doing good. But don't overdo it like my mom did, because you could end up with another problem. Let's see. Let me check over here. They're good there. I've installed a $15 power voltage meter on my DS, and it didn't drop from green to yellow until my batteries just died and stopped. Any suggestions on a better one to replace with? What are you talking about, Randy? You talking about didn't drop from green to yellow? I don't like those kind, like what you're describing there. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about that analog gauge that has the green zone and the yellow zone. There's lots of more expensive voltmeters out there. The one I have that I like the best is you can get an N-dash voltmeter that actually shows the voltage number. I mean, it shows the number of the volts. Like if you got a 36 volt car, it's going to show like 38 volts, 38 point something volts. I like that kind better. But there's lots of different voltmeters that you could put on there. Yeah, it's a cheapo. I see. She likes to work, and when you own your own business, especially salon, can't trust anyone. It's a service type job, and that's all it takes. Yep, I got you. Yep, I understand, Quan. Go to Randy. Let me see. Where did I get mine from? I think I got mine. We don't sell the one that I'm about to recommend at Golf Cart Garage, so I guess it's okay for me to plug this one. Now you can also go to golfcartgarage.com and look at the ones that we have, so let me put that out there. So you can do that and look at the ones that we have. Now we don't have one that actually shows the number. I like to see the number. Go to cartsunlimited.net, cartsunlimited.net. They have the kind of voltmeter that I put in my race car on the dash, and it actually shows the numbers. Pretty cool. It's the only one I've ever seen. Let's see, number 2. 2002 club car, shutters when accelerator is pushed, will move when I let up on it, but barely move. It's an electric car. Batteries are fully charged, both reverse and forward. All right, what do y'all think I'm going to say to that? They use the word shudder. If you use the word stutter or shudder, then I almost hear nothing else of your story, because we got to back up. You know, you don't go past that word, because that word means something is awry. Even though you said your batteries are fully charged, you got some. Most likely you have a battery issue that we need to clarify first, because if that's exactly what a bad battery or a bad cell will make your car do. It will make it shudder or stutter. You know, that's how everybody describes it. So we need to put a voltmeter on your batteries and make it shudder, and let's watch and see if we can find one that's dropping out. Let's see. David Nichols. What's up, David Nichols? Thank you for showing up here today, David. Tell me, 2007 club car, no click. Suspect the motor controller is bad, but a disabling circuit from the onboard computer to test for disable. Could you shed some light on it, and thank you. Let's see, so you got a 2000 club car and you got no click. All right. It could be a couple of things. Yes, yeah. It could be the controller, and it could be the onboard computer has locked out the controller. I think that's what you're saying. Is that correct, Dave? Shed some light on it. I'll come back to you, Dave. I want to make sure I understand your question, because that is definitely the two ways that an onboard computer can fail. One of them is, I've talked about one of them. You know, your charger won't ever shut off. That's one way an onboard computer can fail. It doesn't tell your charger to shut off, or it won't tell your charger to come on. You know, it can fail those two ways. But another way it can fail is it can send the lockout signal to the controller, and the car won't do anything. Let's see. Number 3. 91 club car won't go. My car will occasionally go in reverse, but not forward. Sometimes it will make a whirring sound, not a clicking sound. Batteries are okay. Replace the solenoid and forward and reverse part, but still same issues. Any suggestions? Well, it says it will occasionally go in reverse, but not forward. Okay. Well, let me just throw this out there. I'm not sure, but I think in 91, a club car, 36 volt, that's going to be a 36 volt car in 91. The way that they got a slower reverse is the pack is split for reverse. In other words, reverse on that car, it only uses 3 batteries. It doesn't use all 6. So that's how they achieved a slower reverse. Because a lot of cars have a slower reverse for safety reasons. So the reverse is actually hooked up to 3 batteries. And the fact that you're saying that sometimes it'll go in reverse, but not forwards, you have to understand when you try to go forward, it's using all the batteries. So I would suspect that you might have a bad battery in somewhere that's causing all of these issues. But the fact that it sometimes goes in reverse, that tells me that maybe you got some good batteries on that side, but then when you put the whole pack, you got some bad stuff going on. Let's see, David says the blue/white wire has no negative to solenoid. 2007. I got you. I understand what you're saying. That's part of the test for testing the onboard computer. Isn't that correct? That's part of the technical test for testing the onboard computer. Need to test the onboard computer for disable circuit. Have no schematic. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm aware that there is a test for the disable circuit for an onboard computer. I don't have it memorized. I have to look it up every time. So you must be looking at the same thing that I would be looking at. Let's see. Number 4. 2011 club car surges when driving it. sometimes good power, then dies right down to a crawl. What might be the cause of this? Could be you may have two issues there going on there, but if it drives fine when you get on it and it takes off and then boom drops down to a crawl and your foot's still on the floor, that's a classic sign of speed sensor on the end of your motor. Now the surging part could be speed sensor also, could be speed sensor related, or it could be MCOR related. So I would change the speed sensor first and see if all your issues went away or if half of them go away. I'd see what kind of change you notice. Let's see. DMAX97, I almost missed the show today. What are we talking about? We're talking about anything we want to. We were talking about the weather earlier and how we got storms move through the south yesterday. They moved through my area, and apparently they had some more storms move through Quan and Missy's area also. So that's what we were talking about. We had big hail happen here. Yep, that's what we're talking about, golf carts and the weather. Randy Rizzo, I love this show. That's great, Randy. That is great. I appreciate that. I'm glad you love this show. I'm glad everybody likes this show. I'm glad that we have this little gathering twice a week. Number 5. I want y'all to check out this question. I left this question in here on purpose, and I'm gonna let y'all figure out how to respond to this question. Number 5, how might I remove a dipstick installed backwards? Now, I'll leave that up there so everybody can read it, because I got this question, and and I edit the questions beforehand. I throw out some questions and I keep some questions. Well, I kept this one on purpose. William Moore in the house. What's up, William Moore? Craig says he's going to leave you guys in my wheel. Doug Newbecker, battery issue drops down from 37.4 down to 35, and even as low as 34. Each battery is basically showing 6.23 fully charged and dropping to 5.4 range while operating. Doug, that sounds normal. Nope, that actually is not that bad. If they were bad, you'd be dropping down more than that. So I don't think, well, put it this way. If you want to say there, I mean, how much drop are you looking for? Because that's not very much drop. I mean, if you're talking about while driving. So I would say they're not all bad. No, I think you have another issue if your cart's giving you a problem. So much information and knowledge for dummies like me, new to the golf cart world. Well, welcome, Randy. That's what we're here for. Got a lot of people in here that know some stuff about golf carts. Turn your cart upside down and push. You're talking about the dipstick thing, Rock Dog. Yeah, I left it in there. I don't know if that was supposed to be a joke question or if that was actually a legitimate question. Because first of all, how could you install a dipstick backwards? I don't understand that part of the question. So that's why I left it in there for y'all to see. I'm not really sure if that may have been a complete joke question. I don't know. Somebody trying to be funny or something. I don't know. Let's see. David says, I have an appointment with you on the 21st. Hopefully I can resolve it now. Well, what I'll do, David, before the appointment, I actually look at all the symptoms and the description of what the appointment is going to be about. I will see if I can find the actual Club Car recommended test on the onboard computer for the disabled circuit. I'll see if I can find that test, and that way I can go over it with you and see what we think. Number 6, dipstick installed backwards. I'd really like to know if that was a serious question or not, because that would definitely bring up questions on my part. 2019 48-volt EZGO cart. If my cart is more than 80% charged when I finish playing, and I know the next time I know I will need a full charge, I plug it in, and the next day it may only be charged 90%. If the car is down to 70 or less, it will charge full. I have put on a new charger, checked various factors, and have not improved. Is it possible the controller board has a problem? If you're talking about the controller board in your charger, yeah, that's possible, yeah. But if you're also looking at one of those percentage gauges on your dash for that information, don't do that. I'd like to see actual voltmeter readings to determine, because that gauge is making a guess based off of voltmeter readings. So it could be off, you know, in other words, when it's saying 90, it should be saying 100. So if you just, it's very possible that you could have a control board issue if it's a repairable charger. Yeah, I'd try another charger and see what kind of results you get. David says, simple, turn the card upside down and pull it out from the bottom. I bet it wasn't installed with the bending the right way and got lodged. Just a stab in the dark. I thought of that, Craig, but I've never had one get lodged, you know, like that. I guess it's possible, but it's just never happened to me. I understand that, you know, the bend sometimes you might have to do a curve and they put it in the wrong way and the curve would be a little tight, but I've always been able to pull it right back out and turn it and put it. You really think that's what they said? Still haven't found the dipstick on my RX-V. On your electric RX-V or your gas RX-V? Let's see. Let me check Facebook. We're good. Okay. We are known. Number 6. 2019 48 volt EZGO cart. If my cart is more, nope, that's what we just answered, Tim. We are on number 7. Bad joke fail. Okay, I got you, Craig. No, it's not a fail. I mean, what's the amp draw for an original Club Car DS controller? I'm not sure that you worded that question right. I'm not sure what it is you're trying to, because the controller, well, I'll try to answer. I think this might be what you're looking for on that question. I thought about that one a while. On flat ground, when you're driving a golf cart on flat ground, you got wide open on flat ground, just driving wide open throttle on a stock golf cart, you are pulling approximately 30 to 50 amps. I think that's what you're wanting to know. That would be, but somewhere between 30 and 50 amps is what your motor is actually pulling. Okay. That'll work great. Thank you, Tim. No problem, David. I don't know the answer right now, but I do have some sources that I can look and try to find that test, that OBC test. Well, they asked Rock Dog, they asked how might I remove a dipstick installed backwards? They're wanting to know how to remove it. That's the part that I didn't understand. You pull out, twist, and replace. Yeah, that's kind of that's my point. Yeah. Number 8. It's from John S. I have a 2000 model electric Club Car Precedent. No, wait a minute, there's a red flag right there. You do not have a 2000 model electric Club Car Precedent, but we'll get to that in a minute. At full charge, you press the gas down and clicks, but no go. If you press really slow, it will go and run fine as long as you don't let off of it, but it doesn't work every time that way. I changed the solenoid, but the same thing happens. I don't want to start dropping a ton of money into it for no reason. Okay, so I have to figure out which one is right, the year of your cart or the precedent part, because it's two totally different areas that I would be talking about. So let's just say that your cart is a 2000. Okay, if it's a 2000, then it's not a precedent, it is a DS. All right, and in 2000, you may or may not, I don't think you have an MCOR, I think you got a V-Glide. So I would be visually inspect the V-Glide, make sure that there's nothing burned up in there, make sure it should look all brand new inside. It's got a lid on it. It's the triangular shaped device under the seat, right under the back side of your charging receptacle. You know, your charging receptacle where you plug your charger in, it's right under there. There should be a V-Glide right there. All right, so just visually inspect that if it's a 2000, if that's what you have in 2000, which I think that's what you're going to have. Now, if it's not a 2000, if it is a precedent, that means it's a 2004 or newer. If it's a precedent, then you have an MCOR in your car. But your symptoms that you are describing could be caused by a battery issue, from exactly what you're describing. Sometimes a battery will cause your car to do this. If you just barely touch the gas pedal and try to take off slowly, everything will be fine. But if you gun it and all the way to the floor like a golf cart's designed to be done, then it won't move, or it'll just sit there and shake and stutter. It would be something like that. But if you just eased into it, it's enough to get you rolling. So that's why I'm saying what you're describing could be a battery issue. Number 9, a 2008 Yamaha electric golf cart lurches violently, forward or reverse, with even the slightest touch of the accelerator pedal. Well, you know how we always talk about potentiometers. Okay, all golf cart companies, the 3 major manufacturers, they use different types of potentiometers. Yamaha Club Car uses V-Glide and MCOR. EZGO uses ATS. Yamaha uses TPS, which stands for throttle position sensor. It's basically the same thing. It's a device that sends the signal to the controller that tells what position your throttle is in. Is it barely in there? Is it halfway down? Is it all the way to the floor? It tells your controller, sends a signal to your controller to tell it what position your foot is in, basically. And if your car is lurching violently with the slightest touch, then there's something off with the signal that it's sending to the controller, is what I would suspect. It's not a very expensive part, so you're lucky there that if that's what it turns out to be, that'll be nice for you. Mark Folsom on Facebook. What's up, Mark Folsom? Thank you for stopping in, man. Looking good, Tim. Thank you, sir. Thank you for stopping by. Don't have much activity going on Facebook, but now we got somebody. Number 10. This is the last scheduled question. Okay. I have a 2002 Club Car DS 48 volt that has a bad charger. 2002 Club Car DS 48 volt that has a bad charger. I have an old 48 volt charger that works on an EZGO 48 volt TXT. Can I change the plug-ins and use the charger on that club car? That would be a negative. You cannot do that because you cannot do that because your 2002 Club Car DS 48 volt, that charger is an onboard computer controlled charger. All right. That means it has to have an onboard computer to tell it what to do. All right. Now, so you're gonna have two. Your TXT charger has a built-in onboard computer inside of it. So you would have 2 onboard computers kind of working against each other. So you could do it if you electronically bypassed your onboard computer and then rig the plug to where it would work, and then you could do it that way. But you're going to have to do a little research to make that work. You're going to have to get rid of your onboard computer on your 2002 in order for it to work correctly. Let's see. That was the last scheduled question. Remember to follow us on YouTube and Facebook and like and subscribe, and you will get notified of any time we go live. Here's the links to the other platforms. I mentioned there at the beginning of this, we just passed over 10,000 subs on YouTube. So thank everybody for assisting in that and doing your part, because I'm sure some of you have subscribed. So we got over 10,000 subscribers as of today. In fact, it was as of today we passed that milestone. We're over 13K followers on Facebook, like I said, and we're over 3.6K followers, almost 4,000 followers on Instagram, believe it or not. So everything is looking up. If you are interested in a hat, occasionally we give away hats here on these episodes. And if you can't wait, here we go with my new hat graphic. Check that out. That's the hats that we offer at Golf Cart Garage. You can click the links in the description. We have some swag links that take you straight to checkout. And also the coupon. You can get 5% off any parts you order from Golf Cart Garage if you use the code TIM11. This code expires on June the 26th, 2023. So get 5% off any parts you order at golfcartgarage.com. Yep, there's Dave coming in talking about the YouTube channel. Just past 10K subscribers. Thanks to all of our viewers for helping us share online and being a part of our GCG crew. Yep, I just got through saying that, Dave. But cool. Let's see, 36-volt club car. Oh, Rock Dog says on question 10, you could try an OBC reset just for giggles. Yes, you could. I have never, the reason I didn't say that is because it's never done any good for me. Now, I have heard people say that it did for them, but it's never done any good for me, so I completely, it's not even in my head to even try that because it never worked. If it had ever worked for me one time, then I would try it. But no, that doesn't hurt to try, because that's something free that you can do for sure. Greg Elliott, late for class, been prepping cart for paint. Oh, cool. You know about adhesion promoters and all that stuff, Greg? Because that's, from what I understand, it's kind of complicated to do it if you're going to do it right. Bearings are coming at you, Dave. Thanks. Rock Dog says no personal experience either for that OBC reset. Yeah. It's just, I've tried it. It's just never worked for me. All right. If you want to, if you're interested in speaking with me about your golf cart issues, you can schedule an appointment with me through the Gearheads on-demand service that we offer at Golf Cart Garage. You just click the link in the description. That will take you to the scheduling page. And then also those links for the hats, remember those. So, and that will take you to the scheduling page, and you pick out a time slot that's convenient, and I will call you. If it needs to be video, you can schedule a video if you think it needs to be video, or I'll call you and we can both decide if it's something I need to see or if I can just help you with something. Let's see, Greg says, yep, no problem, going metal flake. Cool. Take some pictures, Greg. And send them to Golf Cart Garage. Send them to support at Golf Cart Garage and say something about Tim, and put attention Tim, and I'll be sure and get them. Or you can send them to my email that I've given out on the air here, 00timfreeman@gmail.com. Dad joke Dave. Yeah, that's right, Rock Dog. That's for sure. Yeah, D-Max. That's Dave, the guy with the beard and the other hat, the different kind of hat. I can't remember what you call those hats. But anyway, yeah, that's Dave. Let's see. We're a little early today, so tip. Let's see, the title of this episode was Club Car Charger on EZGO. And you got to understand that you have to understand what the onboard computer is on a club car before you can before you can answer that question. Of course, you could use a 48-volt charger on a club car. If you wanted to use a Summit 2 wired straight to the batteries, you don't got to do anything to the onboard computer because you're not going through the onboard computer. But if you want to go through the plug, you have to understand that on the plug in a club car does go to the onboard computer. There's a wire that has to send a signal to the charger to tell it what to do. So depending on what it is you're wanting to do, it may or may not work out what it is you're trying. All right, today's tip, what is it about? Oh, this is just today's tip is, I don't know if I've said this one before or not. It's about maintenance, just routine maintenance on a golf cart. Let's see, Dave says, get yourself a Summit 2. It's solid state, lighter weight, and better looking. Just like the guy your wife is stalking on Facebook. Golf cart dad joke of the day. Shout out to Rock Dog. Okay, it's about routine maintenance on gas and electric cars, things that you might need to figure out when you want to do. If you do on a gas car, if you do it once a year, if you do everything once a year, you're probably going to be fine on a gas car. There's not really much you need to do. You need to change the oil. You need to change the air filter, you need to change the spark plug, you need to change the fuel filter or filters. Sometimes there's two fuel filters, sometimes there's two spark plugs, depending on which golf cart you have. But all that stuff can come in a kit, and it's relatively inexpensive, and it's relatively easy to do. If you'll do that once a year, change the oil in your gas car, and grease your Zerk fittings, your Alumite fittings, or your grease gun fittings, whatever you want to call them. You've got several of those on the front end of a car. If your golf cart is stock, you have some on the front end, on your tie rod ends, maybe on your spindles, depending on which cart you have. You don't have any in the rear, so make sure you shoot some grease in those, change your oil, change your air filter, change your spark plug and fuel filters. You'll be good to go for the rest of the year. You don't got to worry about it for another year. Now on an electric cart, you have to stay on top of your batteries. You know, if you have lead acid batteries, you got to know the condition of the water in your batteries. And what I mean by the condition, I mean the level. You need to know the level of your waters. You need to make sure that's good. Make sure it's not overfilled. Make sure it's not underfilled. Make sure it's just halfway. You need to know the state of charge in your batteries. You need to know that you charged it last night, so it should be good to go all day today. If your batteries are good, you can use your electric golf cart all day long, and you shouldn't run it down. You shouldn't be able to run it down unless you just literally drove to the next town or something. So just once a year, visually inspect some things. Visually inspect the bushings in your leaf springs. Walk around to the rear. Visually inspect the bushings, make sure they're still there, because they will degrade and actually leave the golf cart. They will degrade, crack, and leave the scene. And you'll be riding around metal to metal back there. If you notice your golf cart started making some metal to metal noises, that might be somewhere where you need to look. Anyway, let's see. Mark Fulham says, you're getting fancy. Yeah, you saw my fancy hat graphic, huh, Mark? Yep, that's cool, huh? Will the 𝗲𝘂𝘃𝗲 controller, this is from Steve Bishop on Facebook, will the 𝗲𝘂𝘃𝗲 controller Bluetooth app numbers help diagnose an issue on a golf cart, specifically for call with you? It might. If you've got the app and a 𝗲𝘂𝘃𝗲𝗀 controller, yeah, that may, depending on what the issue is. But yeah, that may help, Steve. So, you know, if you want to, write some of those down, or we can look at it live. If you want to do a video, we can look at it together live and form an opinion. Okay, that looks like that might be it. Let's see, we talked about that, we talked about that, we talked about the social media, and we talked about the coupon, we talked about that. I believe we got it. Kirk, am I missing anything? I don't think I am. I want to thank everybody again for showing up, helping us with that milestone, 10,000 subs on YouTube. Thank you, Steve and Mark on Facebook. We got Skylar Rivera Daniels. Good afternoon. What's up, Skylar? 99 Club Car DS48. No clicking in the solenoid. Battery is at 48 volts. Replaced the micro switch. What else could it be? 99 Club Car DS. you replace the micro switch in the V-glide. Is that what we're talking about there? Okay, so you still have no clicking in the solenoid. All right, well, you could check to make sure that the voltage is not getting to the solenoid, because this is what I would do now. The solenoid has 2 large posts on it and 2 small posts on it, okay? You know you replaced the micro switch, so I'm assuming that that's correct. First of all, has anyone tampered with the solenoid? Because I'd like to know if there's a diode on the 2 small posts. Is there a diode that goes across the 2 small posts? I would need to know that. You know what I mean by a diode. Not a resistor, but the 2 small posts. Is there a diode that goes across those, Skylar? Because if it's a brand new solenoid and there is no food, I think you might mean there's no diode. Okay, so, all right, there's no diode. All right, that's fine. I want you to put your voltmeter leads on the 2 small posts. Key on, your golf cart key on, golf cart in forward. Put your voltmeter leads on the 2 small posts, 1 voltmeter lead on one on the other. Put your voltmeter on a scale large enough to read full battery pack voltage. In your case, it's a 48 volt cart. And then touch the accelerator pedal. In other words, activate that micro switch. Make sure that, see if you're getting voltage right there. Because if you're not, then I would have said replace the micro switch. All right, I would have said that's in the circuit for sure. If you are getting voltage there and the solenoid is not clicking, then it's a bad solenoid. You understand what I mean? That's where you get full battery pack voltage to the solenoid, is on those 2 small posts, and that's what makes it click. If it's not clicking, it's either something in the wiring between there and the micro switch, or the micro switch itself, you know, or the solenoid's bad. You know, the solenoid's not moving, it's stuck on the inside. So that's what I would do next, just to make sure that it's not just a bad solenoid. If you're not getting battery pack voltage there, then that's where you're gonna have to check all your wiring up to that point, because you got a cut wire or a short or something in between that micro switch and those wires that are connected to the 2 small posts on the solenoid. Let's see. The 𝗲𝘃𝗃𝗲 controller, no start. Okay, we're talking about your car. Let's see, Jonathan Jenkins. Welcome to the Facebook, Jonathan Jenkins. When you go live again, I need to join when my grandpa can be next to me to ask a question about a problem we have with our golf cart. He's not around right now at all. If need be, or if you can direct message me on Messenger. The best place to get in touch with me, Jonathan, is right here, or schedule an appointment with me. And you can click the links in the description in order to do that. The schedule link for GHOD, that's Gearheads on Demand. That's the easiest way to do it. But if my schedule is booked out too far that you don't want to wait, then you're going to have to catch me live here on Tuesday and Thursday. That's the best way to do it. At 12 noon Central Time. We go live every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 noon Central Time. Okay. Let's see, hit the like button. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Tim. Your wealth of knowledge. Oh, thank you, Rock Dog. Did your wife cook you a nice dinner? You know what, Kurt? She's not coming back until today. She's not back yet. Yeah, so I'm still hungry. I bet since I talked to y'all last, I probably lost 10 pounds because you know I don't have any food. Bruce, what's up, Bruce? On YouTube, as always, great information. Thank you very much, sir. All right, guys, today is Thursday and I'm off tomorrow. So I am going to see you guys on Tuesday. I will be back on Tuesday and we will see what we can get into. And I would bet that it has something to do with golf carts. So I will see everybody on Tuesday. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you very much. This is getting bigger and bigger. Yes, I am, Kurt. I'm starving. I'm starving, and I'm complaining too. I'm complaining and starving. She's gonna kill me when she hears this too. All right, see you later, Quan. See you later, Missy. I appreciate y'all. Talk to you later. Garage is now closed.